Questions, maybe answers too, I don't know. Questions, yes, answers maybe. Okay, questions. You have a question?
No, actually.
Okay.
It's going to arise in a few minutes. Takes time.
Takes time. Hey, I don't think you have too many questions. You're already absorbed in Braj Bhav. Day and night dancing and meditating on Leelas and Bhavas to the players and total absorption. Like, you're lucky. Questions? Hey, oh, you're Shishi here, Vasudev? Any questions? Right.
I have a question. Maybe it's very common, but like Veda Vyas was the author of the Vedas.
He compiled them.
He compiled. And
the authors, maybe sometimes he spoke things, but mostly he compiled other people's speech.
Yeah. And then he also was writing the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah, he personally wrote that.
Yeah.
Spoke it.
So why
Ganapati wrote it.
Why is like in the literature they make the difference between Smriti and Shruti? Like, what is it?
Yeah, okay.
But I don't, because everything was compiled or written by Veda. Why is there a why?
Well, you can sit down and relax. I'll answer the question.
Yeah.
Yes. You have a seat? You have a seat? Has a seat?
I come from the
Yes? Okay. So relax. Thank you for your question. The question is about Sritis and Shruti and Sriti, because all the Vedas were compiled by Veda Vyas. So what is the difference between Shruti and Smriti? Shruti are original teachings. The original teachings are Upanishads, Vedanta Sutra, and Bhagavad Gita. This is called Prashtan Traya. In all Vaishnava circles and even Advaitin circles, when you want to discuss points of Tattva, you have to refer to the Prashtan Traya. Prashtan Traya means three Pramanic sources. Source of truth, source of evidence about the Absolute. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So the one is Bhagavad Gita, spoken by Krishna. It's called Gita Upanishad, actually. The nickname is Gita Upanishad, because all the Upanishads are in the Gita. The essence of all Upanishads is in Gita. Even some verses of Gita are directly taken from Upanishad, like Sarata Panipadam Tat Sarvatoshi Shiromakam. Everywhere Krishna's hands and legs, eyes and face is right from, that's a verse from Gita, it's also Upanishad. So one is Vedanta, is Upanishads, 180 Upanishads, and Gita and Vedanta Sutra, which is a summary of all the Upanishads. This is the primal, this is called Shruti. And the Shrutis also are four original Vedas. Atharva Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Rig Veda. Rig Veda is dance and mantras and puja, many things are there. So that's the foundation of Hindu thought, it's the foundation of Vedic philosophy and Siddhanta, these scriptures. Now, these are ancient, eternal scriptures. Smritis are Puranas are Smritis. Smritis are written recently, later, because Vedanta Sutra, Upanishads, they speak a very esoteric language, all Sanskrit, which is difficult for the masses of people to understand. Because as the ages progressed through Satya to Treta to Dwapara to Kali, people became more dumb. Now it's absolutely dumb. Without a computer, you can't do anything. Palm top or phone, you can't do anything. So to make it understand the Tattva philosophy of Upanishad, Smritis came. Itihas and Smriti. Itihas means histories. Ramayana. written in Treta Yuga, and Kali and Dwapara Yuga Mahabharata. So that has all the Upanishads and all the four Vedas, everything there in a simple story form. And so Puranas are there. Bhagavatam is a Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam. All the Puranas cover 10 different subjects: creation, manifestation, unmanifestation, and all different things. 10 different subjects. Different avatars of the Lord and different types. So Smritis are just corollary literatures, commentaries on the Shrutis, mostly in story, all stories. Because people like stories. That's what all television is all about. Love stories, this story, that story, drama on TV. If can't tell a story, everybody falls asleep. I mostly speak philosophy, everybody sleeps. I don't tell many stories. If I go on Prickle, I tell stories. Leela. But in class, I speak Siddhanta, Tattva. Not too many stories. So people get so bored. Why do you tell stories? I'm not a storyteller. There are many famous storytellers in ISKCON around the world. So let them tell. Everyone has their... Is that okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Basically, our salvation is Smriti. Trying to understand the Upanishads is really difficult. Vedanta Sutra is more difficult. Gita is fairly difficult. But there's different commentaries by Vishwanath Jiva, Srila Prabhupada, and many acharyas. Vallabhacharya made a commentary. Sri Swami made a commentary. Very nice Vaishnava commentary on Gita by Sri Swami. It's in English also. And Vishwanath Chakravarti and Baladevi Vibhushan and A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, very nice commentaries. You can read those and understand Gita. But Upanishads, good luck. Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, Sarvakalpadam Brahma. This is Upanishads. Oh, boy. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe Shyam. Ananda Kanda Bhagavan Shri Krishna ki Jai. Radharani Sarkar ki Jai. Vrindavan. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, question. That question.
We heard that Jiva has minute free will, but this free will is difficult to understand. As per Bhagavad Gita, Jiva is not included as one of the 5 factors of any action: body, false ego, instruments, effort, divine will. Can you please explain about free will of the Jiva with some examples?
Question is about free will of the Jiva. I can't give you any examples. I don't know any examples of free will. I don't know in this world. Nobody's Svatantra here. Nobody has the power of Yajrichaya. Or nobody has the power of Sadhya Sankalpa. Sadhya Sankalpa comes from Mukta Jivas. You get liberty, you get the power of Sadhya Sankalpa, Yajrichaya, independent will and action. Someone quoted a verse from Gita, 18th chapter, 5 factors of action. And he incorrectly stated that one of the 5, the Jiva is not included as one of the 5 factors of action. But our Vaishnava conception, what are the 5 factors of action? Kala, time, indriya, senses, karma, daiva, and karta. Daiva and karta. Daiva is Bhagavan Paramatma. Karta is the doer, me, Atma. Karta refers to the Atma. Karta means kartaham, I am the doer. So these are the 5 factors. The person said Jiva is not included in the 5 factors, but he is included. Now the commentaries on that verse, and also in 13th chapter, where it's talking about who's doing what and what action and whatnot. Ramanujacharya says one doesn't have any free will, but he has his decisions are determined by his guna and karma. What is his guna and karma? What is his inherited karma and qualities he has from birth? So you can say, but he has a choice to to act on them or not act on them. It appears that way. But he says, in his commentary, he says, the action is determined by that, but the jiva thinks he's the doer. That's 327 Gita. Prakriti kriya manani guni karmi sarasa hangra yula karta hamitu. Aham amnakarta. I'm Buddha. You're a fool. You're not the doer. So generally it's told, like what we heard some teachers explain free will. They said you have free will in context of your guna and karma. For example, your karma is to have enough money to buy an airplane ticket. And your guna is your qualities of sitting on airplanes. And so you get on a ticket and you're sitting there and they say, and the ticket's from Bombay to Delhi. So that's your karma. Your karma's going to take you from Bombay to Delhi. That's why you're going there. So your karma is taking you there, and you'll express your guna when you get there. If you're a dancer, that's your guna, and your karma is someone's booking your parents in Delhi, so you fly there and you have to do your thing, do your gunas, your performance. But on the plane, the stewardess, everyone's sitting in a seat, and then the stewardess comes on and says, there's not many people flying this flight, so there's free seating. So people say, free seating? So they look around, they see 4 or 5 seats in a row, so they go back there, they pull up the armrest, and they go to sleep. I did it myself. It was international flights, came from Germany to Delhi, and stopped at 1 hour in Delhi, went to Bombay. There was 10 people on a 747 airplane. 747, big airplane, 500 seats, 10 people. So I had 10 seats, I just stretched out. And the stewardess said, are you comfortable? I said, yeah, it's nice. They said, you have to put one seatbelt around your legs and one seatbelt around your chest. I said, okay, I'm good. I'm good, yeah, you're good now, go to sleep. Because the flight was 2 o'clock in the morning. So free seeing, so that's free will. Within the context of your guna karma becomes little movement, hairline movement. But you don't have enough free will to be totally in Maya and say, I chose to surrender to Krishna, I chose to become a devotee. No way. Impossible. Only Krishna showers his mercy on you, picks you out of the crowd and says, you're the one. You're the chosen one. I'm going to give you a chance to get bhakti. In fact, Krishna can get bhakti in your heart automatically, up, directly. Because it says, Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. It says, Brahmanda Brahmate Kon Bhagavan Jeev. Bhagavan Jeev. Kon Bhagavan means who? Which Jiva? Kon. Which fortunate Jiva? Kon Bhagavan. Who's that Bhagya? Who's that Bhagyashali? Who is that Bhagya Jeev? You took up bhakti. Your mother and father didn't take up bhakti. Your brother didn't take up bhakti. Why you? Why not them? What's special about you? Nothing special about you. No, I'm special, man. You think that, but actually you're not. But you're special because you got mercy of Bhagavan. Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai. Pai in Bengali, P-A-Y means receive. You receive. You don't have, it's not in your heart. Bhakti is not in your heart. Bhava is not in your heart. Prema is not in your heart. Sairati is not in the heart. No one has a permanent rasa for Krishna in the heart. They have permanent rasa, kam bhava. The Sairati every jiva is kam rati. Desires to enjoy Maya. Big Maya. What was the question? Where were we? Free will. Good night, free will, good night. Rest in peace. You believe it, believe it. If you're intelligent, you won't. Just go for the ride. I'm here for the ride. You know? I don't have any control. Let us let go and let him take over. Then you'll be bliss. I'm the doer. I gotta do this. I can control this. I can control that. Just let go. That's what Dromi did. She taught the principle. Let it go. We hold on with our hands. Hands of our mind. We hold on to misconceptions. Hands of our intelligence. Hands of our ego. Ego has big hands. Ego has big hands. I am great. I am powerful. I did it. You're a Padma Shri for Varanasi. Yeah. Did you know? You don't know? Everybody in India knows. Oh, I'm sorry. I just wrote this book. I don't know what's going on in India. Padma Shri. Bhavatu. Why not? You deserve it. Okay, questions?
I will translate it.
Okay, fine. Russian?
Yes.
What else? If you're white, you speak Russian. If you're brown, you speak Hindi.
For what purpose was material world made, and what are we part of it?
Question is, why was material world made, and what
What are our role in it?
What is our role in it?
Yes.
Well, first of all, the unfortunate truth is that when this question assumes the fact of creation. You said, why was the world made? Which means created. Made means created, manufactured. The world wasn't made, it wasn't created, there's no origin, it's nitya. The Maya Jagat is nitya. There's no beginning for this Maya Jagat. There's no beginning for the spiritual world, there's no beginning to God, there's no beginning to Maya. There's no end of Maya, there's no end of God. So the question is basically faulty because of misconception, understanding tattva Siddhanta. Material world is eternally manifest, and we, the jivas, have been eternally, since beginningless time, which means forever, in the material world. This is in Sundars by Jiva Goswami very clearly explained. We have a tape on SoundCloud, 17 lectures on clear truth of the jiva. You should read that or get it translated into Russian or something. That'd be a great thing to do, you know. Translate it. Put on your add to your list with 10,000 things to do. The team. Anyway, do the essential thing. That's not so essential. I mean, it is for some, but not at this stage of the game for you. So, why we're here? A Tato Brahma Jignasa. This is Vedanta Sutra. Tato Brahma Jignasa. Now is the time to inquire about the absolute truth. So all the Upanishads, which the gentleman asked us about, all the Upanishads, they encourage us to come out of ignorance and go to the light of knowledge. Tamasi Mam Jyotirgama. Come out of ignorance. What is our role here? Our role is moksha, mukti. Our role is to leave this temporary Maya Jagat and go to the eternal spiritual world. We can live, we're eternal, Atma is eternal. You can live eternally in Maya or eternally in Krishna. With Krishna at Goloka Vrindavan. So that's why you have the bead bag in your hand. That's why you have the bead bag in her hand. She has a bead bag. What's that? She got a broken wrist or what? The wrist is broken? I used to go to America in the shopping center, you know, shoppers temple with my beads. Oh, you poor thing. The lady cashier said, oh, you poor thing, you broke your wrist. Did you hit your girlfriend or something? I said, I'm not married, I'm a brahmachari. It's not, I put on my beads, I said, it's Java. Oh. So why we're chanting Hare Krishna is get love for Krishna and go to Krishna, bas. Okay. Good night. Aditi, question? No, you're sleeping all day. That's a study Shastra. Get some questions. Our friend is back, okay.
I don't know if that is true, but I heard that the different demons that Krishna killed, the demons were resembling some bad attitude of our mind that could be there. So if it is true, is there any, where can I find like which demon stands for which kind of bad attitude?
Thank you. Question is asked is, I've heard or you had some idea that the Asur, Rakshas, and Rakshasis, demons killed by Krishna and Krishna Lila, they represent different mental attitudes or anarthas or obstacles to pure bhakti, Braj bhakti. Where can I find out the description of this? So I have some comments on this. First of all, this idea or conception is nowhere in the Six Goswami's writings. I was trained by my Baba Guru in the Six Goswami's writings. This is a contemporary idea that comes up in the last 100 years, that the demons represent anarthas. But it's not discussed by Vishwanath Chakravarti, Narottam Das Thakur, Baladev Vibhushan, or any of the Six Goswamis. It's specifically written about in a book called Krishna Samhita and Chaitanya Shikshamrita, which are books published and written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It means like Gaudiya Math, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's father. So it's his idea. I asked my teacher about the same question. He said, we don't find any shastric support for that conception. You can draw use your logic, Anuman, and create many different logical arguments, but if they don't have a backing of Shastra, they can't be accepted as Siddhanta. So you said, what attitude do the demons represent? Every acharya will agree, the basic attitude the demons represent is animosity towards Krishna, anger towards Krishna, envy of Krishna. They represent these things. Because to hate someone, to want to kill someone, you have to be very envious or very angry. Anger is just an expression of envy. If you envy someone enough, you want to eliminate them. Envy means you want to eliminate them. There's one girl with two boyfriends. So when you ask one girl, what do you think of the other girl? I want to kill her. Well, shut up. That's a little heavy. Not kill her, a little, maybe, no. I just want to get rid of her. I want big boy for myself, you know. I don't want to share. So envy becomes anger. So that's what they represent. So these demons, you can read his books, Krishna Samhita. It's available in net, it's available in Vrindavan, it's in English. Krishna Samhita, Chaitanya Shikshamrita, and get an idea. I have a book in my book room, somebody can show you. It's called Appreciating Vrindavan Dham. And I summarize all the demons, what they represent in there, based on those books of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So you can take them. Take one of those books. Free. No money. I'll tell you, I don't have money. Free. Oh, now what? So he'll show you after class. He'll show you. He'll give you the book. Appreciating Vrindavan. So page 159 or something like that. Oh yeah, that one's finished. Is that okay? You don't have any demons inside you.
Maybe hiding too much.
No, with a face like that, you don't have any demons. Not possible. These demons are already gone, you know. They flew away. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Sham. Questions? Italian question, net, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Italian net question.
How to find our guru, understand who is our guru, if it's not possible to come to India, so how we can...
How we find our guru if you can't come to India?
Yes, because most of the gurus are in India.
That implies that India is the land of gurus. Dharma Bhumi, Kurukshetra, Dharma Kshetra. This whole land is Dharma Kshetra, from North India to South India, East to West. Char Dham. So, go on the net and look for Indian gurus. Yeah, like I said, you want to find a guru. Someone said, I live in Italy, I can't come to India for various reasons. How do I find a guru? You find them on net. If you were giving initiation on net, giving mantra diksha on net, you know, video call. Okay, put your right ear to the phone. Hold your phone to your right ear. Usually hold it with your left ear. Usually hold your left ear. Hold your phone to switch your hands. And when I say three, you know, first you have to send $108 to my PayPal account. So I release the passcode for the mantra. And then when you get the passcode, enter it, and you'll get the mantra automatically play your right. Clean. It's going on like that, really. Don't you're laughing, you think it's funny, but it's going on like that. She got some tag on the back of her shirt or something? There's some name written on the back of her shirt. It looks like somebody stuck a tag on. It's stuck there? What?
Scooty keys, bike keys.
Scooty keys. She wants.
She kept the bike keys.
Acha. Praying Bob. Any more questions? Oh, this is done. Next question, no, next question.
Raganuga Bhakti needs lots of satogun and mental cultivation. But in our society,
What society? Oh, that's society.
Spiritual
Our society.
Spiritual masters stress more on extending for preaching and other services. If one is successful in fulfilling the instructions of Guru, but don't cultivate Raganuga Bhakti, will he attain service of a Manjari in Vrindavan?
Question is, if one is serving a guru but not following Raganuga Bhakti and following a rest in Vrindavan and meditation and puja, will the person become Radharani's Manjari in Vrindavan? The answer is no. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, unless you follow the gopis, you can't attain the gopis. You can't become a gopi unless you follow the gopis. The Shruticharis, they're perfected Vaidhi sadhakas, Shruticharis. They're serving Lord Narayan and Kiradakshay Loka, chanting shlokas to wake them up every day from Rig Veda. But they became attracted to the gopis. So they started cultivating Gopi Bhav and Raganuga Bhakti and Gopi Bhav. And he took birth in Krishna Lila and Gopi Sarup. But then they became Manjari, and became Sakhis of Krishna. So that's shown in the Shastra. Without following the Sakhis and worshipping the Sakhis, you can't attain the Sakhi Rupa or Manjari Rupa. Impossible. You worship the Guru and you sell books all your life. Next life you become an expert in city and book distribution. Or go to Vaikuntha. Two choices. It's plainly told in Chaitanya Charitamrita. You worship Bhagavan by Vaidhi Bhakti, you go to Vaikuntha. You worship Krishna by Raganuga Bhakti, Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti, you go to Vrindavan. Braja Gokul. That's like 50th time this question's been asked.
Baba, Radhe Radhe.
Where's Baba? Where's Baba? Yes, Baba.
They say that in Golok Vrindavan there is no Parakya Bhava, and only in Bhoma Vrindavan is there.
Okay, that's a nice question. It is said in Goloka Vrindavan, in the Chit Jagat, in the spiritual world, there is no Parakya Bhava, Paramar love, love between a wife or husband and another lover. It's called Utpati Bhav. Utpati means I have my pati, another pati above, Uto, an additional, another pati above him. I have an illicit lover. This type of bhav, Parakya Bhav, is only in Prakat Lila in the material world, Bhama Vrindavan, Prakat Lila, and Krishna Lila, Radharani, Gopis, and Krishna. And it's said it's not in the spiritual world, in Goloka Vrindavan, in the Chit Jagat. This is the opinion of many acharyas, so if you're a follower of those acharyas, you accept that. But this is Gaudiya Vaisnava, I'm a Gaudiya Vaisnava. The Gaudiya Vaisnava Siddhanta is that the Leelas are equal here, equal there. Then it's Maya Jagat and Chit Jagat, in Bhoma Vrindavan and Nitya Vrindavan. Where you say Gokul or Goloka Vrindavan, Parakya Bhava is there. Krishna's only married in Dwarka. Dwarka, and sometimes he marries Rukmini and Mathura. During Kalpas, Krishna marries Rukmini and Mathura. So Mathura is Aishwarya Bhav, and Swakya Bhav Mathura, and Swakya Bhav in Dwarka. But not in Vrindavan this planet, and not in Vrindavan that planet, in the spiritual realm. It's not a planet, it's a consciousness. It's a planet. Not a planet. This is a planet. It's not a grand. Goloka Vrindavan is not a grand. It's not a planet. You can't see it. You can't. It's consciousness. This makes people get a little bewildered. It's explained in Adi Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 5, verse 23, I think, 28. This talks about the nature of the spiritual sky, Vaikuntha. It says, Sarvagata Vivu, Sarvagata Vivu. It says Sarvagata Anatta Vivu and Upari. Upari means spiritual world is up and it's up. Upa is Ari, Nari is down. It's Sarvagata is everywhere. Sarvagata every direction. It's Anatta, it's unlimited, and it's Vivu, it's grand and great. Vivu. So this is nature Vrindavan. It's a state of consciousness. It's a plane of existence. Like bhoots and prates and vishachas and vitalas, all these subtle beings, they live on a plane. It's called a mental plane, manasic plane. They exist, they're real. You can't see them. Bhutas and prates, vishachas and vitalas, a whole list of them. They have governments and everything, elections and BJP and Congress and kind of big ghost. Vote for me for big ghost. Big boss and big ghost. Jai Radhe. Sham. Shama Sham ki Jai. So what do you want? How do you want to worship Krishna? You don't like Krishna having girlfriends? Other people, you don't like Krishna running with your wife?
But somewhere I heard that in Navadvip it is sadhana bhakti they do there, and here it is prem bhakti. Somewhere in Gaudiya Vaisnava I heard. So I wanted to.
What you have a question or observation, or what do you want to say? Formulate a question, please.
The question is Navadvip Dham for sadhana bhakti and Vrindavan Dham is for prem bhakti? Is that there is a separation like that?
It's not told like that in any shastra. But what we generally among sadhus, among Gaudiya Vaisnavas, they say Navadvip Dham is sadhana bhumi and Braj bhumi is siddha bhumi. You use sadhana in Mayapur, Navadvip, and you attain siddhi in Vrindavan. Siddhi means prema. Prema seva around Krishna and Kunjas. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. So you can attain prema anywhere by doing bhakti bhajan. So it's not the idea of praying here, not praying there. You get praying there also. Praying in Puri, you can pray in Delhi, pray in Bombay. But it's more anukulya to be in the Dham. The Dham is Dham Shakti. It's Chinmaya Shakti. The Rupa Goswami tells about Panchanga Bhakti. You can easily attain Baba Bhakti Upajay. Baba will rise and manifest in your heart by just living in Brajmandal. He doesn't say Navadvip, he doesn't say Puri, he says Braj. Mathura Vasa Stali, to be technical. What are Panchanga Bhakti? Any one of these 5 limbs just by Alba Sparsha Babu Vijay. Alba Sparsha Babu Vijay. A little contact with him, Babu will manifest in your heart. Not rise in your heart, it's not there, it'll manifest from up to come down. So what are the 5 limbs? 5 Panchanga. Sadhu Sangha, Krishna Nam, Bhagavat Shravan, Mathuravas, Shri Murti Seva, Shri Murti Shraddha Seva, serve the Murti with Shraddha, faith, chant the Hari Krishna Maha Mantra, associate with sadhus and hear Bhagavad Katha from Rasik Jan. Bhagavad Shravan Rasik Bhakti Satsanga. This is told in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Bhagavatam Shravan Rasik Bhakti Bhagavad Shravan Rasika Bhakti Satsanga. That's a mouthful. Hear the Bhagavatam from Rasik Bhaktas. That's what it means. But got to very quickly get Bhava praying. It'll come from their heart into your heart. By contact high. And Mathura Vasa Stali, live in Mathura Mandal. By the mercy of Gurudev and Radharani and Gopishwar Mahadev and Vaishnavas, I've been able to pass 36 years living in Vrindavan. I'm not born in India. I think you can figure that out. Blue eyes and white paint job. Just me. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Gurudev used to say, after Kirtan, Gurudev, Radhe Sham. I recorded it once. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Okay, questions? Yes, my dear, what's your question? Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I want to know what is the difference between devotees, Bhakta and Vaishnava. They're all the same.
Difference between Bhakta and Vaishnava.
And devotees.
Devotees, Bhakta.
Devotees, difference between devotees, bhaktas and Vaishnavas. 3.
Is there any?
What's the difference between what?
Devotees, bhaktas and Vaishnavas.
Devotee is a translation of bhakta. Bhakti means the word bhakti means bhaj means to worship. One who worships God as a bhakta. Bhakti means one of those bhajan. Bhaj means worship. It's a bhakta. Bhakti word comes from bhaj, which means to worship. puja, to worship, to chant, to remember, to read about. And in English, bhakta means devotee. Vishnu devotee, Krishna devotee, Ram devotee. Ram bhakta, Vishnu bhakta, Krishna bhakta. And Vaishnava, the word Vaishnava means devotee of Vishnu. The word Vaishnava means Vishnu bhakta. But generically, it's a generic term. All Vaishnavas, all devotees of Bhagavan, the personal aspect of Bhagavan are called Vaishnava. Ram Vaishnava, Vishnu Vaishnava, Krishna Vaishnava. Basically, all three words mean the same thing. Bhakti means Vaishnava, Vaishnava means Bhakta, Bhakta means devotee. They all mean the same thing. Okay. Jaya Radhe. Mama's really quiet. What happened? No power. Sleeping time. He's dreaming of mischief. When I wake up, I can do this and this and this.
In JSS, he will be powerful.
Yeah, I can't disagree. Question, Muralika, question. No question. Mani Manjari. Hello, good morning. Question. Vasudev Baba. Aditi. Oh, come on. Where's Ganapati? Oh, okay, Mani Manjari.
You said the other day that we never can change our nature. You said that the verse in Bhagavad Gita that we can't change our nature. That we only can change the heart. But isn't it when we change our heart and our consciousness that then we develop our original nature, then we actually change the nature from material to spiritual?
Nature is, we say the word nature, in Sanskrit nature means guna and karma. You're born, say for example, you're a passionate person. You're a passionate person, you're born, you're very passionate, that's your guna, and your nature, your karma is to act like a Brahmin, or act like a teacher, or act like a scholarly person. So if you become a devotee, you'll still act like a Brahmin, act like a scholarly person, intellectual person. And it won't change your nature, that karmic aspect of your nature will not change. It won't change your guna either. It'll change your consciousness. Because guna and karma are about the body. And the Atma is attached to the body, so the Atma is thinking it's passionate, thinking he's a teacher, thinking. So the Atma has no guna, no karma in the Atma. So by chanting Hare Krishna and doing Bhakti Bhajan, we get free, the Atma gets free from the body and exhibits its quality of happiness. Because when you get free from the body, you can only get free from the body, you become self-realized. When you become self-realized, you contact the Antaranga Shakti of Krishna. The Antaranga Shakti of Krishna is made of Samvit, Ladini, and Sandini. Sandini is always with the Jiva because the Jiva is eternal. But Ladini and Samvit are not there. We don't have bliss by nature, we don't have knowledge by nature. We're ignorant, we're born ignorant. Because we're identified in the body. When we become self-realized, identified as Krishna Das, then the Antaranga Shakti mixes with the Tasta Shakti and brings a change of consciousness, not of nature. Nature never changes, from birth to death. Guy's passionate guy before he's a devotee, he's a passionate devotee for 40 years. As long as he's got the energy left. It doesn't change. Even the gopis say, when the gopis are, and the Gopi Gita, chapter 31, or I think chapter 30, they're searching for Krishna. And one Gopi says to another, it's either that or Viragi, chapter 39, or Kura contemplate Krishna Mathura. The Gopis are saying, one Gopi says to another, the sages are right. The sages are right when they say you can't change you can't change your nature. I think it's It's chapter 30, 10th canto. Gopis are searching Krishna. Krishna dumped all the gopis around with Radharani. They dumped Radharani and went up Rama by himself. Up and Ram, up and Ram, up to come, up and Ram. So the gopis all got together. This guy, you know, he's such a dirt and kappa cheater. And you know, the sages are right because they heard from Bhagavad Muni that a person can never change his nature. Guna and karma, you can't change your guna and karma. You're a funny guy when you're a kid, you're a funny guy when you're 73. I'm 73, I've been funny my whole life. I've been telling jokes, that's my nature. I've been chatting for 49 years, didn't change my nature. I'm still a goofball. I was a student, I was number one in my class in high school. I'm still pretty smart. By God's grace, I have some brain. For now, I don't know later, but hope so. So my nature and guna hasn't changed. Has your nature gonna change? It hasn't. Don't worry. But your heart changed. Heart means the word chitta means heart, means consciousness, means mind also.
But I changed definitely, but I don't know what changed. Probably consciousness.
You're a passionate karmi, made a lot of money, worked real hard. Now you're going to you're a passionate devotee and put all kinds of festivals and do all kinds of every year just active and seva. That's great. Some people are lazy karmis, so you're going lazy devotees. Lay back, okay. Sorry, Krishna, be happy. Hey, can you do some service? Can you clean it down? No, I'm busy chatting. Jaya Radhe. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Radha Kunda Bhagavan Sri Krishna ki. Jai Radhe Sham. Kushi question. Got any suggestion? Yeah.
Yes.
From you or your shishya?
Shishya.
Okay. What does shishya have to say?
Goswami say it's a difference, how to make a difference between kama and prema.
How to make a difference between calm you're saying? Calm and prema.
Kama and prema, yes.
Yeah? So the question is asked, what's the difference between calm and prema? Calm means selfish desire. And prema means the desire of Krishna. The gopis are so absorbed, body, every aspect of their body, minds, and senses and hearts are so absorbed in pleasing Krishna with intense raga. It's called Ragamaya Bhakti. Ragamaya Bhakti. It's called Ragatmika. Ragatmika Jana. Ragatmika Bhakti of the Vrishvasi Nityaparishas of Krishna called Ragatmika Bhakti. Atma means body, Atma means mind, Atma means my very self. Rag means passion. The word rag means passion and attachment. They have passion and attachment to pleasing the senses of Krishna with every action of their body, or their mind, their words, everything is for Krishna's pleasure. That's prema. And calm is, I do everything I can to satisfy my body, my mind, my senses. Very clear difference. Krishna's Kaviraj says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, calm is like iron and prema is like gold. Not much similarity. They're both bhutas. They're both elements. Panchabhuta. The bhutas are elements. Gold is an element, iron is an element. But you want to kill iron, you want to kill gold? Gold? Iron you used to hold up on your door, you know. Gold you used to buy the world. Radha is trying to provide Udipan for the Prem Vishai. Prem Vishai is sleeping, and Radhika is trying to stimulate the Prem Vishai for Hasya Ras. She's talking. Krishna hears the voice of Radharani in his sleeping ears. Udipana, beautiful Mother Vakya. Wait to Krishna, wake up, let's play. Kaylee, Leela, Juan Leela, you want to jump Kaylee, Juan Leela, Van Bihar. Now I'm busy sleeping. I'm having Swapna Amrita Vilas. I'm having Vilas in my Swapna. It's nectar, I'm dreaming of Radharani speaking in my ear, trying to wake me up. Now she's going to go on Madan because he won't play with her. That's too many questions, man. You guys have a question? Mataji have a question? I mean, Didi, I should say Didi. I'm the Mataji. I'm the one that got gray hair, you know. Jaya Radhe. Madhurika, question? Acha. Valentina, Italian.
How to increase our time of absorption in Lila Smarana? Because maybe sometimes chanting for a long time, but not a long time absorption in Lila Smarana. So how to increase
How to increase what chanting? What you're
like
doing Lila Smarana when you're doing chanting or not chanting?
No, like how to increase our absorption in Lila Smarana while chanting japa, because maybe sometimes chant for a long time, but no long time of Lila Smarana.
That's smart. The question is, how do we increase our absorption in Lila Smarana while chanting japa? That's the same old question. You're just asking it backwards one way and forwards one way, upside down one way. It's always the same question, and it's always the same answer. Yeah, your understanding? The answer is that we can't absorb our mind in anything unless it's pure. And Sundara Jiva Goswami says, Antakaran must be Shud. Shud Antakaran. Antakaran means man, buddhi, and hankar. When they're pure, you can fix your mind. That's why there's 5 levels of smarana. One's called simple smarana. One's called dharana. Dharana, dhyan, dhruvana, sruti, and samadhi. These are 5 stages of meditation. So you're on a set platform of smarana. Dharana means the second stage is dharana. Dhyana is high, dhrovana, sruti is very high, and samadhi is prema. So you have to expect that. So don't complain about it. Just chant and try to remember. Whatever you get, if you get memory, it's a gift of Krishna. He's controlling. Sometimes you can be absorbed more, sometimes not. So it shows it's not your control. If I do X, Y, Z, I'll be absorbed. I do step 1, step 2, and then I have a cake. I mix the flour, then the baking soda, and then I put in 350 for half hour, I have a cake. It's not like that. You just keep doing it, and then the purity eventually comes, and then the ability comes with the purity. Not before that.
So like, I had this doubt, like suppose someone wants to like practice bhajan inside a kuti, like without like, having a lot of contact with the external world. Is
Good
that
idea.
considered as a selfish motive, like compared to people or devotees who practice bhajan by preaching?
There's another question been asked 500 times. We've been having these satsangs since 2014. That's 9 years. So we already answered about 5,000 questions. So how many questions are repeated? So the question is it okay to Nirjan Bhajan? How to say? There's Nirjan Bhajan and Prachar. That's what you're saying, right? Technically. Nirjan Bhajan, solitary, doing Bhajan alone in a house or making a separate kutir, or what I call a cave. I have a cave in my house where I do Bhajan. Or to go out and help others. Helping others is some people have that nature. Again, it's guna and karma, that nature to help others. Others don't. We see, and what happens is, as one advances in bhakti, when his cup fills up, it starts over. You fill up the cup with milk, and eventually, at some point in time, it overfills. If the cup is naturally overfilling, and you take one cup of milk for yourself, anything that falls on the plate, you give it to other people. So that's when you preach. When your cup is filled up and overflowing, if you want to distribute it, you distribute it, or you put it back in the cup and drink it again. You take one cup of milk and 2 cups, keep drinking it, you get more and more rats, more and more bliss. It's not selfish. It's self-realization. Don't distribute it until you have it. You're distributing money, you don't have any money. It's perfectly okay. Prabhupada said, he said, if I can make one of my devotees a pure devotee, I'll consider my entire mission successful. He didn't say I can make a devotee preacher, he said pure devotee. Pure devotee means one who is absorbed in Srupa Siddha Bhakti. Srupa Siddha Bhakti means Shravanam Kirtan Vishnu Smaranam. These 3 limbs of Bhakti are called Srupa Siddha Bhakti. Because these activities are done in Sadhgroup and done in Siddharup. They're done in Sarkabhumi and Siddhabhumi. We do hearing and chanting about Krishna and remembering him. And you go Vrindavan, you hear and chant and remember Krishna. That's what the gopis do. Hearing and chanting, remembering Krishna day and night. Swarup Siddha Bhakti. It's described in Sandaras by Jiva Goswami. So the best way to do that is to do it alone. You have a good birth, you're born in India, a good family. If you have an opportunity to do Nirjan Bhajan, you should take it and run with it. If you're inspired from the heart to preach and help others, it'll automatically happen. Nobody can tell you what to do. But Krishna says do bhajan. Krishna doesn't say preach, he says always think of me. When he talks about preaching, he says preach to devotees. Next verse after that, he tells who not to preach to. Don't preach to Asada or Bhakta. What's that verse? 18th chapter, towards the end. Should anyone preach this message to devotees is very dear to me. Then after that verse, he says, you shouldn't preach to someone who's not a devotee. He says next verse, so you read that verse in Gita, you'll think, what are you preaching for? Krishna tells us not these people are adhikari. Unless we're trying to give them adhikar for bhakti, that's all. So you want, that's what I done my whole life. I preached to devotees. I didn't go, I sold books for 6 years on the streets. In Los Angeles and San Francisco and around there, all those places. But mostly I'm preaching to devotees, giving class to devotees. And you become very dear to Krishna by preaching to devotees. If he likes you, he lets you live in his house. Vrindavan is his house. So, basically, the life of a devotee centers around the order of the Guru, not Vox Populi. Vox Populi, the voice of the people, other devotees may say, You should go preach this, that, sell books, this, that. Whatever your guru says, you should do that. And your guru says preach and sell books. You confide in your guru, say, it's not my nature. I can't do that. Please let me just do bhajan. Okay, do bhajan. It's not one shoe doesn't fit everybody. Guru is supposed to work individually with each disciple to find their best opportunity to make advancement. Is that okay? Do bhajan, perfect your life. You're born in India, you're meant to attain prema in this life. They probably used to say, don't take another birth. Attain perfection in this life. We don't have this in our hand. We have this life. We don't know the future. We don't know the past. We had a past life. We'll have a future life. But get your spiritual perfection now, and with this hand, with this mind, with this body. Do whatever it takes to attain it. That's the purpose of human life. Mad bhakta madhyaji manavaskar mamavesha satam priyo pradishne priyosine. Become Krishna Priya. Always sing of Krishna, become a story, worship Him. You have to say preach. And the only time Krishna talks about preaching Gita is to preach to devotees. Then say hit the street with a book bag. Go out to the traffic lights and sell Gita. Rocco, lay low. I have all Gita already. I have 2 editions. No, this is the best one. This is a good one. No. What's it so good about it? Because I'm selling it. That's why it's good. You get the CD and buy the book at the same time. Okay, I'll give you $5. You look good. I'll give you $5. Keep your book. I used to sell books in America. People don't want to have anything to do with these kind of books usually. But I would tell them so many good jokes, the guy would give you $10 for jokes. He said, I don't want your book, you're a funny guy, here's $10. I said, okay, thanks a lot. I have a guy laughing so much. A laugh is worth a few bucks, you know. I'll give you guys a bill after class. $100, $200. Questions? He's out, man. He's really out. Look, I felt like that after going over. That was me last night. Questions? What time is it?
4:30.
Thank you. 4:30. Sorry, 4 baje. Okay, Hari Katha or. Next question. Live question.
So, there are various varnas in Vrindavan. One of them is Vrindavan. So, Vrindavan is made of Vrinda trees like Tulsi plants, but plants are very small. How it can be one?
What's the question?
Means Vrindavan is full of trees, like they are made of Tulsi plants. Because Talvan is made of Tal trees.
No, wait a minute. Wait, slow down. There's in Braj Mandal, Trasi Coach Vrindavan, there's Dwa Savan, there's Bar Mukhavan, and 125 Upavans, 125 smaller forests, and 12 major forests. Van means forest. Brinda means group. The word Brinda means group. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda means all the group of Gaur Bhaktas. All the assembly, the group, the assembly means Brinda. So Vrindavan means the Van, which has many groups of trees. Vrindavan is a large forest. Nandagram, Yavagram, Kokilavan, and Nandagram, Govardhan, Vrindavan, Yamuna, it's all in the forest of Vrindavan. So there are many kinds of forests there. There's Kadamba Kandi, there's Kadamba forest, there's Neem, there's Palasha, there's Banyan, all kinds of trees. Has nothing to do with Tulsi. Vrindavan now is not the forest of Tulsi. Vrinda doesn't mean Vrinda Devi. Why is she called Vrinda Devi? Because she's a forest goddess. She's called Vrinda Devi. Devi means female. She's a lady in charge of the forest, of the group of trees. The Kunjas of Radha Krishna, Vrinda. So her name is Vrinda Devi.
So in Nidhivan, the plants are, they say it's Tulasi.
You ever been to Nidhivan?
Yes, I have gone to Nidhivan, the plants.
There's not one Tulsi plant in there. They're all lotus and creepers. They say they're all great Babajis and great Siddha Mahatmas doing bhajan in the form of a plant, the tree, little tree, bent over trees in Nidhivan. That's where Banki Bihari, it's Prakat Stali of Banki Bihari, Nidhivan. The son, Swami Haridas. He did bhajan there. Questions? Or?
Someone asked the question about the 9 processes of bhakti. Are there any more related to Vaidhi or Raganuga?
The 9 processes of bhakti, are they related to Vedi, or some of them related to Vedi or Raganuga?
Question is, Navavida Bhakti, 9 forms of devotional expression, are they some of them specifically related to Rag Bhakti and some related to Vaidhi Bhakti? Rupa Goswami, Bhakti Rasvinda Sindhu, he said the Raganuga Bhakti follows all the principles and all the principles and practices of Vaidhi Bhakti except 5 things. Because in Vaidhi Bhakti, one of the principles is Hangropasana. Hangropasana means upasana, to worship oneself as God, but not from an Advaitin conception. You worship yourself as God to realize that you're a servant of God. So I am Narayan, but it's not like Hambrahmasri. It's a devotional principle of Vaishnavas. Many Vaishnava schools practicing Vaidhi Bhakti, they follow this. So that's why when it talks about Raganuga Bhakti and Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasvinda Sindhu, first way, chapter 2, verse 270 to 309, it mentions that we don't, 5 things we don't follow. We don't observe Ahangropasana, we don't worship ourselves as Krishna, we don't worship ourselves as Krishna, become Krishna Das. We don't do Mahishi Puja. As in Vaidhi Sadhana, you're supposed to worship the queens of Dwarka. Mahishi Puja, we don't do Dwarka Dhyan.
Yes.
Hangrapasana, Mahishi Puja, Dwarka Dhyan. Dwarka Dhyan means to meditate on Dwarka Lila. This is done in Madhva Sampradaya and other Vaishnava Sampradayas. And another one is no mudras. No, we don't do all different kinds of mudras. In Archan Puja and Vaidhi Bhakti, you do different mudras. And dance is all made of mudras. You know more than so many mudras. So these are Ragu no Bhakti doesn't use mudras in puja. What's the fifth thing?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. And nyas is not done because when you're doing bhuta shuddhi means purification of the elements. Bhuta means elements. Purification of material body and mind, mostly material body. You do achvan, and you do mantra achvan, and asan stapana, and then you do nyas. Nyas means you touch parts of the body and chant mantras. Right? You take your thumb, Om Narayana, Om Vasudevaya, Om Trivakram, Om Rishikesha, Om. You touch the Navadwara, and you touch different parts of your body. That's not done in Rag Bhakti. It's done in Mighty Bhakti. When people do puja, they do that. So these 5 things we don't do, but everything else is done. Shravana, Kirtan, Vishwasvara, Anandas Pandit was a great teacher of Rag Bhakti. He did archan. He worshipped deity every day. He chant askam. He did Shravana, Kirtan, Vishwasvaranam, Padasevanam, Das and Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyavanam. He did all 9 minutes of devotion. So he practiced all 9 minutes of devotion, but with the rag of being a Vishwasi. The differences in motivation and the differences of the object of worship. They worship Krishna, and Vaikuntha we worship Krishna in Vrindavan. That's Vaidhi Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti means worship Krishna in Vrindavan, following Vrishvasis. Question? Must be tired. Any questions? Govinda? Question? Yashaswini? He said what exactly he said?
Before studying mantra.
Before you go to study or manjari topics, that it's necessary to have proper understanding of
Uttam Bhakti. Uttam Bhakti is there's Madhyam Bhakti, Uttam Bhakti, Kanishta Bhakti. So Madhyam Bhakti is generally compared to Nishta. So it's implying indirectly that one can't practice Rag Bhakti until Nishta. And you're saying one can't go to Manjari topics so one understands Uttam Bhakti. Uttam Bhakti means the pure Bhakti, and that's what is described in the definition of Bhakti in Bhakti Sri Sindhu. Anyavilashi Sunyam, Gyana Karmanyamritam, Anukulina Krishna.
Anushilanam Bhakti Uttama.
Anushila Uttam. So Uttam Bhakti. So the definition of this prayer is the whole explanation of Bhakti Sri Sindhu. Because this prayer comes in Mangalacharana number 11 of Bhakti Sri Sindhu. So it means Uttam Bhakti includes all the teachings of Bhakti Sri Sindhu, basically. Which means avoiding the Dhamma Aparats, avoiding Didi Aparats, and understanding the Krishna Tava and Rasa Tava. That's where we're going to is Rasa Tava. Understanding the basics of Rasa. That's why it's called Bhakti Rasa Vijaya Sindhu. So Uttama Bhakti is explained in there. It's explained in 11th canto also. It was teaching. So it means how to practice pure bhakti without removing all desires other than desire to please Krishna. And it shouldn't be covered by karma and gyan. Influence of astrology, that's the influence of karma. And the influence of gyan is speculative ideas and not acceptance of the Shastra conclusion. So we have to transcend all those limitations of karma and gyan to come to Uttama Bhakti. And that's perfected by studying Upadeshamrita and Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu. That's why he says, first, Upadeshamrita starts off by controlling the senses. You have to control, Vachravega, Manasa, Krodavega. So all that's the foundation for practicing Rag Bhakti. That's why generally people don't, Rag Bhakti includes Manjari Bhav. So when you talk about Manjari Bhav, you talk about Siddha Pranali, they go hand in hand. But generally Siddha Pranali is not given to someone who hasn't practiced Bhakti for many years. Because they're understood that they have some good handle on Uttama Bhakti. They're following the principles of Uttama Bhakti. Anyavilasya Shunya means I don't have any other desires. My main desire is to please Krishna in my activities. I'm just doing other things to it's my destined karma. I'm married, I have to make money, so I'm working, I'm doing all these things. But my main objective, main activity is serving Krishna. That's what Uttama Bhakti means. That all your actions are centered on serving Krishna. But understanding all the philosophy behind why I'm doing that, that's Uttama Bhakti. So studying Nectar of Devotion and Sandarbhas gives elaboration on that. That's what's in Bhagavatam, 11th canto describes Uttama Bhakti also. So Uttama Bhakti is, that's why the whole Sandarbhas are given more deeper understanding. So its implication is, if you really want to understand Uttama Bhakti clearly, you should study Sandarbhas, especially Bhakti Sandarbha, at least Bhakti Sandarbha. But the basic tapas and other Sandarbhas are included if you're following and practicing Bhakti for several years, you already understood the tapas. Like one Sandarbha is called Krishna Krishna Sandarbha. That's all proving that Krishna is the supreme form of Godhead. That's basic teaching. We already accept that he's supreme, and he's Swayam Bhagavan, not Narayan, not Shiva, and you accept and convince that, you covered that Sandarbha. There's hundreds of verses to understand that point. So a lot of this territory we already covered in our last lives. If one's seriously fixed in Bhakti, he's covered a lot of territory already. So that's why you should study all the Sandarbhas, but that's really scholarly understanding of it. Read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, all the Sandarbhas are summarized there. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and Bhakti Sandarbha. That's why I have everyone, before they initiate, have to study, at least study Bhakti Sandarbha by Satyanarayan. You get some good understanding of Bhakti. If you're already initiated for 10 years, you must know something about Bhakti. That can't be discounted, it has to be accounted for and recognized and appreciated. Questions? Next question.
If Guru is not following Raghunaga Bhakti and is approaching on the way to Vaidhi Bhakti, does the disciple will get this Siddhanta in the form of a Manjari?
The Guru is on practicing Vaidhi Bhakti. Well, the disciple will get a Siddhanta and Manjari
from that particular Guru.
We see in the Bhagavatam many instances of Krishna giving sadhya. First canto, chapter 6, verse 29. Narada Muni had a guru. We don't know his guru is whoever. And he practices Vaidhi Bhakti. He attained prema. And Krishna Vishnu brought him a sadhya at time of death. So yeah, but we don't know his guru was. And Guru Maharaj had a guru. He got sadhya at time of death. He went in his own body. His self-same body was spiritualized. He went to the spiritual world. And a Jamil got sadhya. Who is the guru of a Jamil? We don't know. But he got sadhya. That's the 6th canto Madan. He got Bhagavad Parshad. He got a spiritual body. And Gajendra, in 8th canto, Gajendra got sadhya. And 9th canto, Yayati got sadhya. And Putna got sadhya. In 10th canto, Krishna gave her a roop like Yashoda, Datri roop. Gave her prema at the time, he killed her, he gave her prema at the time of death, and gave her a sadhya as a Datri in Goloka Vrindavan. So who is the Guru of Putna? Kamsa? So the question is, can a Vaidhi Sadhaka Guru give a sadhya and a manjari bhava to a disciple? We can say yes. These examples show. Because what's happening is the Guru himself can't reveal the sadhya. He's not, hasn't had one. It's not Rag Bhakti. But the Guru is representing Krishna. Says the 7th canto Bhagavatam, 15th chapter, 29th verse. Yasya Bhagavati Sakshat. So the Guru is directly Bhagavan. The Guru is Bhagavan. The Guru is Krishna. So Krishna is all Shakti. So the sadhya comes through Krishna, through Guru. Directly through Guru or indirectly through Guru. So we have a Ragma Guru, you get it directly from Guru. We have a Vaidhi Guru, and somehow you get your sadhya. That's coming from Guru, that means coming from Krishna. Guru Shakti is powerful. It's all the power of Krishna. Sikshatri Vinaswasa Shastra. This guy is powerful. Not that kind of power. Radha Shankar. Questions? What time?
10 minutes.
Maharaj, I have question.
How do I get rid of my wife?
I can speak. जैसे भगवान के भक्तों को पार्षद लेते लेने आते हैं भगवान के सेम स्वरूप में, तो जो मंजरी भाव वालों को कौन लेने आता है और कैसा स्वरूप होता है?
What's really true?
He's asking, like Bhagwan's Parshad come to take a person to give him a Siddha Swarup and take him back. How does it happen in the form of a manjari? Like normal person who normal sadhaka is getting taken by Lord Krishna to the spiritual world. How does it happen with manjari? Who come to take manjari to that spiritual world?
Krishna takes everybody to the spiritual world, irregardless of the stairati, whether Madhurya Bhav, whether Vatsalya Bhav, Sekaras. Krishna says in Gita, I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. What's that verse? Krishna says in Gita, I am the deliverer from birth and death. So Krishna, Bhagavan Shri Krishna directly uplifts everyone. Doesn't matter what your starati is. Manjari Swarup, Gopa Swarup, Mother want to be like Yashoda, or Mother Yashoda, they want worship Gopal and Vatsalya Bhav. Krishna will come and take you. It's Krishna doing it, no one else but Krishna.
लेकिन जैसे भागवत के मानते हैं तो उसमें जो पार्षद आए थे जो धुंधकारी को लेने आए थे.
He is asking, in the case of Dundakari, Bhagwan's Parshadas came to take him, not Bhagwan.
That's true. That's Bhagwan's representative. I may say, give something to Kusho, but I'm doing it through him. So it doesn't cancel who's sending the parashat. But what we read is that Krishna comes and takes. We haven't read anywhere in Shastra that the parashat come to take. Because parashat and Krishna are not different. So we haven't read anywhere that the Rupa Manjari comes and takes a Baba who retains city back to the spiritual world. It's Krishna comes. Or Krishna comes and takes. That's what we think, that's what we believe, and that's what we understand. Manjaris aren't busy. They're busy serving all right. They can't go down here and put Krishna on their back and carry Krishna back. Krishna come back, put you on Garuda or put you on a flower later. He'll take you back. You live by Krishna, you're born by Krishna, you live by Krishna, you die by Krishna. Krishna's everything. Don't worry about manjaris, don't trouble the manjaris. You're too heavy, you know. Manjari's little. You're 12 years old, you know, they don't have so much power. Manjari's 12-year-old girl, you know, you're a big, strong guy. Oh. You might go fly up and go, that's too heavy. Then where are you? Krishna's Bhagavan, he's powerful. Radha Kunda Bhagavan, Shri Krishna ki, Radha ki. I think that's it, huh? Time? 5 more minutes. Next question.
If our Diksha Guru is a Vaidhi Bhakta,
wait, you keep going around circles here. The same guy asking a question 10 different ways.
If a Diksha Guru is a Vaidhi Bhakta, but if he accepts Siksha from a Raganuga Bhakta, can we get success in Raganuga practice?
There are really a lot of combinations here. Gurus, keep it simple, stupid. They have a principle in business called KISS. I don't mean kiss your mother, kiss your father. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So these questions are so complicated. My Guru's already bhakti, but he's taking Shiksha Raghu Bhakti. Then what's the question?
When we get success in Raganuga Bhakti.
You got success in Raganuga Bhakti. I think I should start over again. You start over and you take Diksha from Raganuga Bhakti and you get trained in Raganuga Bhakti. Why is he beating around the bush, you know? Trying to put a square peg in a round hole, you know? The square peg you can't put in a round hole. You saw Diksha Guru, I mean, he's taking Shiksha. I don't know, that's too complicated. We don't find any precedent of that in Shastra. We don't find any description of such a combination. Guy is a Vaisakha Guru, and his Vaisakha Guru is taking Shiksha from Raganuga Bhakta. Can the disciple become Manjari by that kripa of that Diksha Guru? It's better that the disciple take Shiksha and Diksha from the Raganuga teacher of the Guru. Cut out the middleman. It's really complicated. It's calling you everything so complicated. You know? You want to it's calling you to touch your nose like this. You know? All you is you go like this. Touch your nose, okay? Okay, that's a really interesting combination of questions. It's like throwing dice at 7, 8, 9, 10. Try to combine this way, that way. Okay. Get there somehow or other. 8th chapter Gita, verse 6. Yam yam vavi sran bhavam tyaja danti kalevaram tam tam viveti konte esadata bhava bhavata. Whatever you remember and cultivate your whole life, that you'll get at death. So think of yourself as Radharani's Manjari and pray to Rupa Goswami and Rupa Manjari, Raghunath Das Goswami, the Raghunath Das, and maybe they'll bless you and become Manjari when you die. Anything's possible. Bhakti Bhajan, because it's transcendental potency, there's infinite possibilities. There's infinite potential and infinite possibilities. So by the power of prayer and constant meditation, that state you'll get in the Sada Tad Bhava Bhavita. Sada, that bhav that you're always cultivating, that you'll get in the next life. So you have a Vaishnava Guru who's taking Shikara Raghu Sadhguru, will you get perfection? It's possible. Because you have your independent practice. You're an independent agent. You have independent practice. You have independent relationship with Krishna. So in that independent relationship, independent practice, there's a possibility of success by the mercy of Krishna. And parishads of Krishna, eternal associates of Krishna. Like Raghunath Das Goswami, Rupa Goswami. You pray them, you meditate on Manjari Radharani. For example, I'll end on this note. In Padma Puran, there's a story of a Gandharva named Chandrakanti, the famous Chandrakanti of Padma Puran. She was a Gandharva, she was a dancer. This is a nice story for you. She was a dancer, and one time it was Ekadasi, and she decided to do Jagran, Ekadasi Jagran, stay up all night. And she had a Murti of Krishna, she put a Murti of Krishna on the table in her room, and she said, Krishna, I'm going to dance all night for you. I'm going to stay up all night. I'm not eating, not drinking. I'm doing years of vrat. I'm going to dance all night. While she was dancing around 12 o'clock at night, she thinks, oh, now it's 12:30 and Nitya Vrindavan, Ras Leela is going on. I'm dancing Ras Leela. I'm dancing with the gopis. I'm dancing for Krishna's pleasure. She was dancing all kinds of mudras and this and that, dancing. And she said, Krishna, look, I'm dancing better than Radharani. Look at me, I'm dancing better than Radharani. Better than Radharani? And Radharani took notice of her. Radharani's Nitya Vrindavan. She said, Krishna, look at this. You know, they got on their computer or something. They saw a broadcast from this planet, from Bharatvarsha or Gandharva Loka. Look at this Chandrakanti. She's dancing. She's really dancing nice. And she Krishna, what's her bhav? Her bhav is she's dancing better than you. Really? Okay, cool. Let's go down and bring her to the Rasa dance. So they came down, it's okay, Chandrakanti, you're getting liberated now. They took her to the spiritual world. So was her Diksha Guru a Vaidhi Sadhaka? Or was her Diksha Guru a Raghunath Sadhaka? She just had bhav. She had Gopi bhav and she danced to please Krishna. And she was singing of Krishna day and night. And so she got perfection. So this first answer question, has a Vaidhi Sadhana Guru who's taking Shri Guru Raghunath Sadhana, can I get Manjari bhav, can I get Manjari Deya, the spiritual world? The answer is yes. I didn't record that. Anyway, it's been asked 100 times already. Yeah, I could say it. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe.